The question that comes to mind is, why do people hate God? What is their logical reasoning?
Yeah, they don't have any good logical reasoning, but what they'll try and do is because they want to be God. It's like what Satan did. Satan wanted to try and be God or overthrow God. That's one reason. I think the second reason is because God tells them that they can't do things that they want to do. It's the same reason why criminals oftentimes hate the police. Because they think the police are bullies because the police are telling them that they cannot do the actions that they love to do.
Yeah,
So,
fair enough.
so that's why people hate God. They love that darkness rather than the light. And they try and even feel less guilty by even trying to deny God or thinking that God doesn't care about how they act, just to try and appease their guilty conscience.
Right. Fair enough.
Would you agree, though, that God doesn't have to offer salvation or forgiveness to anyone at all?
I would agree with that, yes.
Yeah. And so it's amazing that he chooses to show forgiveness to anyone when none of us deserve it.
Right. Yeah,
So,
that is amazing.
so would you say, based on everything you've done, that you should be thrown into the pit of hell?
That's still a tough one for me.
Okay, what do you think someone would need to do to be sent to hell?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Okay, all right. So just like in society, what does someone have to do to be punished by the government?
Just any crime in general.
Yeah, so they only have to do at least one crime to be able to be punished by the government. So then, what would we have to do to be punished by God?
Commit a sin.
Yeah, any sin, whatever the sin is, it's a violation of God's law, and therefore we would deserve punishment, which is hell.
Right. Makes sense.
So if you had to look over your life, and you had to count how many times you've swore or lusted or lied or been angry or hated someone, could you count in total how many sins you've done?
No.
No. And so therefore, what do you deserve for all of your sins?
Hell.
Yeah, me too. And when we realize that, this makes the mercy and forgiveness of God even more rich and beautiful. That he's not dying for good people. He's dying for horrible rebels who don't deserve his forgiveness. Do you see that?
Right. Yeah.
So what is the reason why then you don't have to be thrown into hell?
The reason is God's forgiveness through Jesus Christ, through his sacrifice of his own body on the cross.
Great
Yeah.
answer. Great answer, man. Now, who are the ones who receive that, or how do you receive that forgiveness he offers us?
Solely through faith.
Yeah, exactly right. We trust in what Jesus did for us. He paid that price.